Hello, Mr. Said. Very good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for
Afternoon.
joining.
Yeah.
So let's start. Thank you everyone for joining this session. Uh, Actually, this session is to explain. As we know, like from last 5 years, we had only one training program that is for at BIM coordinator level, in which some part of COBie training is included, but without of concentrating on upskilling part also, because many candidates are, we saw like struggling to know how to implement BIM. Okay, because one major reason we saw is some candidates, they feel like they're at more comfortable work, there's no challenge, so they are joining some companies by thinking that we will be able to implement BIM from scratch, but still there's a lot of confusion. And many candidates, they join the companies, they do the job by thinking that we will be able to learn how to implement BIM, because especially the candidates who joined here in the BIM coordinator training program, they trained in a such a way that when they join the company, they will think this is exactly whatever we learned in the training program, the same thing we are going to implement. But I had discussion with some candidates. They said uh, it feels like we are into comfortable, type of work, and I'll just read the response. He said, I just asked like, how is the work? Already one person he joined the company. He said, not that quality of work which we are prepared for. Okay, it's he said like it's feel like just working in Revit instead of AutoCAD. No BIM standards are being followed. No one is there to guide on standards. Okay, so this kind of there is some situations where uh, the candidates are thinking they will be able to work with good BIM standards, but that's why even though they are working, they are having the experience sometimes, but because of lack of skills, there's no confidence. That's why without, let's concentrate on upskilling part also, so that candidates will get the good knowledge. Start COBie training. Uh, so for which we have demo session today. I will explain how the what is COBie and how it is important for the career, and then we will have question answers. Okay. So the main thing, many professionals get stuck. I just read the response from this, not from one candidate, from many candidates. Okay, they will feel they got stuck and doing just only one type of work. Okay, so they should be involved, if it is possible, into multiple kind of tasks. So welcome everyone. Today's session will change the mindset, like how you see BIM and your career path. Okay, let's start. I'll just explain for 15 to 20 minutes, then we can have questions. So already I think most of you people know about me, myself, Sayyid Amar Sabri. Uh, we started BIM Skills in 2021. Now, as I told you, we are concentrating on upskilling part. Okay. So first thing, why we are here today? The main reasons are like to understand COBie and know its value. You see, if we work in the projects, we can say there are two types of clients. Okay, as a BIM consultant, for example, if I want to provide the services, I will be having two types of clients. One is a client, uh, we can say, for example, if I'm working in any, let's say, tier 2 city in India. So I'll be having a client who needs to, for example, build, let's say, G+6 building, G+4 building, or just one house. Okay. On the other side, there are certain clients, like international clients, for whom we can provide the services. So in the local clients, if we see, they will not be knowing about BIM. They will not be knowing about COBie. They will not be knowing about what BIM is. So as a consultant, we need to educate them. On the other side, there are certain clients who are having a BIM team, advisory team as a BIM. Okay. I mean, any real estate company, any government bodies, they already having a BIM advisory team, like BIM managers, directors. They will provide the BIM, or they will implement BIM process in that company. So from the client side, if BIM is getting mandated, until the handover, we need to follow certain procedure. That's why whenever we want to work with any international client, they will give you some BIM standards and procedure guidelines. There are many clients, previously they had, like, CAD method as a procedure. Like, for example, if I want to work with any international client, they will hand over one procedure to you. So first you need to go through the procedure. So that procedure will be containing around, I can say, 300 to 5 to 600 pages also sometimes. So we need to go through all the pages, understand their procedures. Okay. We need to know what exactly their requirement is, why they want to implement BIM, from BIM, what exactly benefits they want to get. They already know. But we need to go through the complete procedure. So once we understood the procedure, and once we, for example, worked with them, what will happen? And if we provided the services, and whatever the projects we submitted, let's say it got approved, then next work, will be easy for us. For example, if we get another project from the same client, it will be easy for us. Why? Because already we provided the services, already we gone through all the 600 pages. What is their procedure? What exactly they want? What is the naming convention? At the end, whatever the as-built models we are submitting, what exactly information we need to keep in their model. Okay, and how to submit. It will not be like, for example, what exactly they need. In the same way, there are many clients who already set up their standards, guidelines. They will hand over it to you. You need to study and provide the services accordingly. On the other side, as we discussed, there are certain clients who don't know BIM. You are like, it's same like, for example, as a civil engineer, I know what is BIM, but many other civil engineers, they don't know, right? So that's why I can say in BIM, there are two types of people. Some people who are at surface level. Okay. Some people, they are into very in depth, and there is a huge gap in between these two professionals. Okay. One person thinks this is what BIM, and I am at surface level, and this is what BIM is. But there are certain people who are going very in depth. They're going at very advanced level. So we need to also go deep down to understand what BIM is. So that is the reason we joined today, to understand COBie, learn how to structure, manage, and deliver building data clearly from design. But this will be included in the training part, because COBie is not just adding the information. It is a complete procedure we need to follow, because at the end, whatever the model we are submitting, it should be beneficial for the client. Okay. So first thing is to understand COBie. Second, it's know its value, industry. What are the industry expectations? As I told you, there are many clients like Neom, Red Sea, and there are many, not only just in Gulf country, but in any developed countries already. they mandated
Okay.
proper COBie submission. Okay. So if you get the chance of working with these clients, then only we will be getting to know how to, submit COBie and other things. Otherwise, as we discussed, on the other side, there are clients who don't know BIM, who don't know what is COBie. So we need to guide them maybe. Okay. And constantly our mindset should be to upgrade your skills. I see many professionals also, they once, for example, they do a training that is finished. They don't want to upgrade themselves. We need to understand BIM is a technology. So technology will evolve, same like IT professionals, but not that much in a fast way. Okay. So slowly many mandates, many procedures are coming up. So we need to be good in the procedure and the software also. Okay. That is the main real problem in BIM careers. We think once we did the training, for example, it is finished. See, that doesn't mean always you will join the training. There are certain people who have the, mindset to do research and development, and they will study by themselves. That is also a good thing. But not all the people, sometimes they will be able to understand by themselves. They need certain people who can explain them. Okay. The real problem in the BIM careers is to upgrade ourselves. And whatever the skills we, for example, studied, that should be utilized and that should be constantly improved. I see, for example, some candidates who did who studied family creation in Revit. Initially, they will study, but later they will forget. So skills are not meant to be, forget, right? For example, if we study BIM execution plan, it doesn't mean, for example, we will forget. If we study Navisworks, this year in 2025, I know about Navisworks, but that doesn't mean in next 2 years or 1 year I will forget. So we need to just develop a mindset. We are not improving our skills to just forget. Sometimes we join such a company where there's no proper BIM. That doesn't mean we will forget our skills. Some candidate, they think if we join the company, then only we will be able to learn the things. It's not like that. Okay. So most BIM professionals feel stuck not because of lack of talent. They are talented. They are having good mindset. They want to grow. Okay. Even I see some candidates nowadays, they are having a mindset to start their own services also. That kind of mindset is there. But there are certain, candidates, they want to start their own companies, but first they want to do the job. They want to learn some skills and they want to see how the work is happening. Then again, they want to stay. But these candidates, with this mindset, they are joining the company, but later they got added into just one repetitive kind of work, and then they will feel stuck. Okay. So they have the talent, but they're not able to build right skills. So because of that, there will be slow growth, same task for years. I see many candidates, they are doing repeat work. I discussed with one candidate who was doing sheet creation in 2022. Till now, from 3 years, he's doing the same. There are certain candidates who are uh, doing some modeling work, scan to beam. Same modeling work they're doing from last 3 years. I discussed with some candidates like who is doing family creation from last 5 years. So that will be a repeat kind of work. There's no clear career direction. So that's why initially we need to have a mindset. There is a career, upgradation should be there. If we want to increase our salary or our career, so we should be having the position in mind, right? Like we should be having career path to start from junior BIM engineer or architect, then BIM architect or engineer, then coordinator, then BIM lead, manager, director. We should be having this kind of career path. Okay. As I discussed, many candidates having surface level knowledge in BIM. You see, I researched on LinkedIn. This data is from LinkedIn. You can see this iceberg. Overall, as per LinkedIn data, It's not 100% correct maybe, but at to certain level it's correct. 1.3 crore people know about AutoCAD. Okay. You see the ratio. 20 lakh people, they know about Revit. But as we go in depth, that's why I can say first, we go with series, right? AutoCAD, Revit, then Navisworks, then Dynamo, COBie, Synchro. There are many like Solibri, then there are many softwares available. Okay. So as we research, you see the difference between AutoCAD and Revit is still 1.3 crore, 20 lakh. So that means if I say, if all of these people need to switch for Revit, then this should be also 1.3 crore. As we go below, you see Navisworks the ratio. If 20 lakh people know about Revit, 1.8 lakh people know about Navisworks. If 20 lakh people know about Revit, then how many people COBie? Only 4,000 people know about COBie all over the world. Okay, only 4,000. So that is the ratio. That's why if we go in depth, as I said initially, people are having less knowledge. Okay. And many people think, many, like I can say the candidates who recently want to do any training, they think we need to develop some 3D model. And I see them, if they start with Revit, there is one option in Revit to keep the model at realistic, where you will see the textures, lightings. So many candidates, they are focused. That is just one part I can say, but it's not about 3D models, renders, walkthroughs. Nowadays, AI is, in high level. So some candidate, they're just creating a basic model that is not containing any details, no engineering details, nothing. That model, they are that one photo from the model, they are uploading into, I can say ChatGPT or any other AI platform, and they are creating renders. And I see the model itself, the BIM model itself, not containing some good details, but that having some textures, lights. So that is like, one part that is also okay. It's a good work, but that's just one part. It's not everything. As we go in depth again in BIM, we need to understand data management, asset tracking, constructability issues, why we are developing the model, why we are implementing BIM. Before the real construction, we want to construct digitally. And whatever the issues will be coming up, we need to solve in the model itself so that on site, it should not be a problem. Later, we should not think we should have done the work in such a way, or this design was to be in this way or in that way. So main thing, we are implementing BIM for the constructability to check any errors. Okay. And then BIM can be used for GIS integration also. You see, that's why always I say BIM is like heart. If the heart is good, it can pump the blood to every part of the body. If the heart is not good, then it cannot pump the blood to all the other organs. So it will be a problem, right? So BIM model is nothing but heart. If the model is having proper details, data, and everything, later it can be, if we are using in every part, it will be useful. For example, later if you want to implement GIS, so if the model is good, if the information and everything in the model is good, then we can integrate GIS in an easy way. If I see, because parallelly I'm working on the projects, I see there are international clients projects also. I see the models, I go through them, but those models containing a lot of issues. And even though sometimes those kind of models are getting approved, after the approval, we think the models are good. If we take those models, let's say we got the work of GIS integration, we are getting, trouble to implement. Okay. So this GIS part is not getting approved because of what? BIM. That's why if the BIM model is good, then GIS can be implemented in a proper way. Okay. COBie also will be helpful. So first thing is the model. Then again, if the model is good, we can do better coordination. We can do the analysis. We can add the asset data, but we need to work all of these things with the standards. So people will think this one, but BIM is in depth. Okay. So that's what many candidates having the surface knowledge, basic modeling. I discuss with some candidates what they are working. I'm in touch, with the candidates from the last 5 years who are working. Some candidates, they got stuck at basic modeling level. Okay. And even though if they are, for example, sometimes modeling 2D and 3D is getting mixed. Okay. So in 2D, if we see that we are seeing the plan of table, but if you go to 3D, there's nothing. So that's what the maturity level of BIM will be reduced. We need to go forward, not backward. So the sheets I told you, some candidates, they are working on sheets, maybe simple clash checks or limited understanding of BIM. That's what sometimes I can say, if I call one BIM professional who is working, not all, I'm not talking about all, but there are certain. If I ask them to implement BIM for one simple house project also, it will be difficult. Okay. So as a BIM consultant or BIM professional, we should be having the knowledge. At least we can implement BIM on one simple project, just one house, 30 feet by 40 feet project. And we should know what benefits I need to take from this. Okay, that mindset. So what global, clients actually want? They don't want just 3D model. They want one proper procedure of submission. They want the asset data. They want spare parts data. They want complete facility management data into Excel format along with the model. So later this data will be helpful for them to manage the asset. Okay. And that data will be helpful for operation maintenance. So they want data. What kind of data for maintenance? In future, if they want to do any renovation, but the data should be accurate. Okay. The global clients, the high level clients, they already mandated COBie along with they mandated BIM submission. They mandated BIM models. So whatever, you are submitting, that should be clash free. That is one thing. Second thing, they mandated COBie. Third one, they also mandated GIS part. Okay. Not all, but some global clients. So if we don't provide, for example, like we are a BIM consultant and we are supporting any contractor or design consultant. If we are supporting the contractor, our responsibility is to submit all the as-built data, COBie data, and GIS. Okay. So now, unless and until all of these, along with the other works of contractor, these three works are also got approved, then only the contractor will get TOC. And we know TOC is nothing but taking over certificate. If the contractor gets the TOC, then only they will be able to leave that site completely. Okay. And even for us, in the TOC list, this COBie will be again part of BIM only, but mainly we can say BIM and GIS. BIM submission, GIS submission is a part of TOC. So our work is to help the contractor to get approval on, BIM and GIS works. But again, if you go in BIM, they want clash-free models, they want COBie, they want all the as-built BIM models. Okay. Without this, they will not again approve. They will check each and every small mistake also. For example, if somewhere here, if this C is small letter, if we added capital, then they will just add a comment, just correct this one. If we do one spelling mistake, okay, like for example, I didn't added any I letter here, they will give you like, a feedback to correct the typology. So that kind of things, they are concentrated. Okay. Now let's see where COBie is used. I worked with Gulf projects with 2 to 3 clients. They have mandated COBie and GIS part also. Okay, BIM and GIS part, and COBie will be a part of BIM. Along with this, many countries you can check out, they are already using COBie up to maybe not all the extent, but up to certain level. As we know in Dubai, for example, BIM is mandated in 2024. For what kind of projects? For architecture submissions, G+20 and above. For structure, G+40 above. Okay, but along with that, any government projects, any hospital, universities project, they have mandated BIM. But G+20 projects in architecture, still in mechanical, they have not mandated. So G+10, what about G+15, G+10, G+5 or any villa projects? Still, maybe not, but they are using. Okay, but mandate is up to this level. So we can see in that way, COBie is not also mandated at certain level, not all the level, but in future, it will be a common practice of data handover. Okay, so why COBie can boost your career? Because high demand, it's a compulsory kind of thing from the client side. Unless and until, as I told you, it will be a part of BIM submission. Unless and until we incorporate the work of COBie, then they will not give you approval at the last stage also. If you are not getting the approval, then you'll not be, as a consultant, for example, or as a company, will not be able to get any payment. Sometimes, we divide the payment in percentage wise. As I said, maybe 30, 60, 90, 10%. Or some companies, they will not accept, they will say 25, 25, 25, 20. So what will happen? Last 25% payment, if we want to get, our BIM and GIS work should be approved. If that is not, and who will approve, who can let that work approve? The team only. If the team is having the capability or the team is having the skills, they will help the company to get approve this work. If they are not, then company needs to hire another third party maybe. Okay. And if they are not able to get the approval in time, sometimes they will get in the payment, they will get cut, the amount will be deducted as per the time, or they will get the penalties also. Okay. So we should be, if we are good in the skills, we can support the companies. In future, if we start our own, then we need to also know about the skills, or else we need to take work from other. So this is like, I can say, mandated, and COBie is a part of high-end clients. Okay, not, it's not used by maybe small clients. So why our training is different? As you know already, directly we will implement COBie in the real-time projects. From this day one, we will start working on the projects. That's what the scenario of all the trainings here, right? So when you join here, directly you'll start working on the projects. Okay, and you'll be able to get to know full workflows, end-to-end understanding. And once you develop the COBie again, you will be having the growth. Okay. So you will learn about COBie structure, data extraction, validation, FM integration, deliverable preparation, audit. You will do the QC on whatever you're developing. Who can join? This COBie is not for any person who don't know anything about BIM. There should be at least some understanding on BIM. Otherwise, it will be difficult. So this training is for the people who are already working professionals, working as BIM engineers, architects, or coordinators, BIM leads or managers. It's not for any person who want to start BIM, learning BIM now. So first they should be having at least basic understanding of what BIM is and how the softwares and everything work. They should know about Revit. They should know about certain softwares. Then we can, just go for this. So already you know why to choose BIM Skills. BIM Skills is ISO 2100 2018 certified, MSME, and we teach global standards from day one. 100% the learning will be practical, assignments and challenges, focused on career growth, not just to develop the software, because we believe theory and foundational knowledge is important compared to the softwares. That's why I say Without softwares, then the previously people they built Taj Mahal. They didn't use any software. They built Eiffel Tower without any software. But nowadays, if we give more priority to the softwares rather than foundational knowledge, then we can, because software is a tool ultimately. But we need to be good in the foundational knowledge. That's why always I say architecture is at high level. I can say BIM is under architecture. Okay. It's not reverse. It's not like architecture is under BIM. Same with civil engineers. First, we are civil engineers. The title, your title is first you are architect, first you are civil engineer, first you are mechanical engineer. Under the civil engineer, you are going for one part that is BIM. Under architecture, you're going on one part that is nothing but BIM. And that BIM is also detailed, but BIM should not be at top and architecture should be at bit. You are architect, that is why you are using BIM. You completed civil engineering, that's why you are learning BIM. Otherwise, any candidate who completed just 12th, and if we say they are learning BIM, we'll be shocked why you're learning BIM, right? So first we completed our graduation, we got the titles. That's why education is important, right? To get the titles, qualification. So we got the qualification of civil engineer, that's why we are learning BIM. We got the qualification of architecture, that's why we are learning BIM. So then if the BIM is above us, that is not correct. Okay. Today BIM is there, tomorrow if not, then still we are civil engineers and architects. Okay, that mindset should be there. If BIM is not there, for example, then it's not like our careers are finished. Okay. So our learning ecosystem, whatever the trainings you enroll, for example, maybe at BIM coordinator training for architects, civil engineers, mechanical, electrical engineers, and interior designers, or you will enroll, we want to start private family creation training separately for upskilling, Navisworks and COBie. And one more, that is nothing but BIM and GIS integration. These few trainings. So if you enroll, you'll be having flexible learning environment, always listening to queries, doubts, and feedback. Encouragement, you will get motivation throughout the journey. And if any sessions, for example, are not clear, so those sessions will be repeated. We are having flexible learnings. This is a glimpse from online, training. You will get job assistance, also guidance. These are like previous candidates. I will share this PDF later. You can go through it. The candidates who joined. If we have any questions, we can discuss.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, my name is Bhavan. I am from Gujarat. I would like to know about if is there any model differences of a BIMs? I want to show if you have any hands on any BIM model.
No, sorry. Can you repeat again?
Sir, I want to show a real world BIM model. If you have any, please let us see.
Okay, you want to see the BIM model.
Yeah, but not just the 3D model, but the way you spoke about the BIM.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
wanted to see what is the difference.
What is the difference between?
Now, I mean to say, the real beam, I know about the 3D modeling, and even if I do, I also
Mhm.
work in a point cloud to beam modeling. But the
Okay.
real beam, the way you are saying, I want to see this.
See, real BIM, I cannot directly, even I show you model, but
Yeah,
even with the help of, if I show you the 3D model and all, even though you cannot understand 100% properly, you
okay.
should start implementing. Okay. For example, for that, I suggest you to go through some books. If you
Hmm.
want to understand real BIM, how it works and all, then you're working in company, that's okay, scan to BIM. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yes,
Maybe,
yes, yes.
yes, you are getting the files and you're converting it to the model again, you're submitting.
Mhm.
That
Yes.
is maybe repeat work you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you want to on one side, from your side, that's why if you want to improve your knowledge in the foundations, I suggest you to go through books. Okay, there are many PDFs, or if possible, you can purchase, or you can get, if you want in less prices, you can get the ebook also. So explore these books so you can get some foundational knowledge, like how exactly BIM works. Okay, that's why you see there are a lot of books available. Even if you find civil engineering books, you will find in the same way. Otherwise, maybe each book is around sometimes 6,000 rupees, 7,000 rupees, 12,000 rupees. So there is some content in the book. That's why maybe the prices are also high, right? And number of pages will be sometimes 500,000. So to understand BIM, go through these books also. Okay, anyways, I will check if I have any model to show you how.
Sir, you told about family creation sessions, sir. When you are starting, sir, a family creation session, sir?
I will inform you maybe soon.
Okay. Actually, our client has means put some condition that generally we create the model based on reference plane. He told that you need to use work planes only. So I'm facing little bit difficulty in using work planes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
See, this is what maybe you thought real BIM means I will open any. Yeah, I can show you, but those clients, the data will be confidential. But this is what we prepared. This is what it looks like, real BIM model. But again, this is not just I can say 3D model. It is at the stage of IFC, the final design. Still, the design is not finalized. There are certain things we need to consider. Like there's some ecosystem, we are working with. For example, there is one architect, we took the design input. There is one structure engineer, we took the design input. So we prepared architecture model. Then again, we need to link here. You can see there is structure model linked. So okay, currently it's not available. I will show you. If the structure model is linked, then we need to, as I told you, we need to see the constructability issues. Okay. What exactly, where the columns are coming up? Is it, for example, this is plan. So we need to see where the columns are coming up, how to, if there are any constructability issues I found in terms of architecture, structure, coordination, or if we have like any MEP model also should be linked here. It is there. I will show you. So we need to, before the construction, we need to solve all the issue. For example, there is one brick pattern here. So this is what BIM, again, we are able to combine all the structure, architecture, MEP, interior models, everything. And we need to see what will be the, you see, for example, there's one shed here. We just created one support, but later there is a brick here. How the support will go? Later it will be a problem, right? So I can say there is one, there should be one, there is one column here already. If I link the structure, then this support should be moved. But now we cannot just move the support. We need to move this shed also if you want to take the support on call.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So on site, again, slight cost of this element will increase, but then later maybe some design issues will come. Okay. So those things we need to study in the model itself before. And even on the left side, we need to provide the support to the structural member only, not maybe the brickwork. Is there any column here? If not, then it will. So on site will be a problem. Before going to the site, we need to solve the issues here. So BIM can be useful because you are working on, maybe you're getting the scan file and you are just converting it to model and you're submitting. You're not working on live project. That's why if you work on live projects, you will get more about BIM. You learn how to implement it. If you're getting, there are certain projects you're working on scan to BIM, there are certain candidates who are getting some files, they need to just upgrade and submit. Same repeat work they are doing from 5 years. In this way, that is one part of BIM knowledge we can get, but with the help of that, we'll not be able to learn how to implement it. The same goes with this model. BIM can be implemented in multiple stages also. This is for as-built project. Some candidates, they went to this site and they took the tape and did the measurement and everything. They created the model. But again, this model is not correct. Why? As per that's why if you have knowledge in BIM foundation, you see these are like columns. Structure model should be built separately. Architecture model should be built separately. So from where we'll get to know this one? From the foundations of BI, not from software. Okay. Yeah, now this contains all the COBie information, not exactly all, but if you select any lighting fixture, if it is like maintainable asset for this location, then we need to implement all the COBie and other things.
Got it, sir.
Yeah.
And sir, I want to ask you about the family creation training.
Yeah.
Can you what would be the duration for the family creation?
It will be also
of that
1
course?
month.
Okay, and can you detail the fees or?
Yeah, we designed and it is finalized. Will inform.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Within that group, WhatsApp group or something?
You can maybe check the status or you can message me personally.
Okay.
We'll send you. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Somebody was saying, okay, about family creation, it should be created on reference plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes. Based on a work planes also, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions we have?
Yes, sir. Can you go to this previous 3D model where brick is there?
Where? Okay. Yeah.
Can you select that brick? This is created one by one, or how?
Yeah. Again, yeah, this is created one by one. These things will also happen. Like they just created as a family. So again,
Okay.
they combined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, once, and I can say this is at certain level it is correct, or maybe it's wrong. Because once we are developing the model, that model should be helpful for multiple purposes. Okay, it should be helpful for first coordination. First to, I can say, design finalization. Okay. So when we can do the design finalization, if we are doing any rendering, the clients, they will get to know that this is what exactly we need. Then the same model should be helpful for coordination. Once the coordination is done, clash detection is done. If the model is accurate, we can do estimation. So the same model should be helpful for estimation. Okay. And then the same model should be helpful to produce the drawings. Again, the same model should, whatever the drawings we are using from the model, those drawings should be helpful to do the construction. And again, as built handover. This is what the journey is. So now, sometimes when we try to implement BIM, the clients and other people, they need the work in a fast way. So what we do, we just create the elements in a fast way with whatever the method we have. Because that's why, for example, in Revit, if you go to architecture wall, there's no need to use any tool here. Everything then you can create with families also. Okay, you can use, for example, loadable family or in place family. If you want to create any railing, you can create using model in place tool. If I click on model in place, you can choose railing here. And with the help of model in place, you can create the complete model. But if you use model in place tools and if you just produce all the model, it will be same like you develop the model in SketchUp. or AutoCAD 3D. Because in AutoCAD also you will get the tools like, extrusion, blend, revolve, sweep. But here, if there is any real element, like we have, let's say, wall here, or real elements is like maybe there is a wall. So if I select this element, it should be a wall. Otherwise, this wall can be developed using model in place also. So sometimes there will be pressure. We need to just complete the task in a fast way. So what we do, we use model in place and just finish it. Let's see later. This kind of things will happen if we don't, plan proper. So this is also, I can say 50-50%. It's at some level it's correct, at some level it's wrong. Why? Because one thing, if I select, there are individual, families created. So you see there are 776 elements. To control the model, it will be difficult, and also these are not parametric. These families are not intelligent.
Okay, sir. I got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Any other questions?
Hello, Mr. Qadiri.
Yeah. Hi.
My name is Mohammad Intakhab,
Okay.
and I'm working since 5 years in BIM.
Okay.
But as I joined since starting, I saw this was just an introduction.
Yeah.
So, any implementation, can you show us like how we can use COBie in our Revit?
Yeah, this
Like
is
just a demo one.
okay. During the session I can, but whatever to the clients we implemented, just a minute.
Okay, just a random one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if I have installed, what else we can do rather than using the just a Revit one or Navisworks?
Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. I will open some models.
Okay, sure, no issue. Take your time.
Although the project is big, but I will open just one small part.
Okay, okay.
Maybe it's just, let's say, the electrical part.
Okay. Homemade.
Okay, can you mute, please?
Yes.
Okay. You see, this is just one model I can say, where like we need to submit certain sheets. There are certain sheets from the client side. We need to create spare parts. Okay, other sheets. If you select one, like for example, lighting is maintainable asset. So if you select one, you will get certain information, COBie information, which we implemented the previous project. Okay. But how to implement and all, that is a procedure. Okay. Unfortunately, this data is from client side, right? I cannot show you full because this is general sessions, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Any other questions?
Like whatever details are showing there, we can change them by using or by creating parameter as well, na? So what
Yes.
else? So what else the benefit by using the COBie?
See, COBie, the benefit of COBie is if this is the, for example, if anyone is constructing this building, it will be asset for them, right? Why asset? Like because it's generating the revenue. Okay, for us, you see, for common people, if you, for example, Burj Khalifa, okay, for common people, it's just a building. But for the people who built it, it's business. Okay, that's generating the revenue every year. You see, every year in 2024, Burj Khalifa residential sales totaled, you can check out, $467 million. Okay, sorry, million dirhams. If we see in terms of million rupees, it will be more than 1,000 crore. So for common people, it's just a building, but for the owner or the people who built it, it's a business, it's asset, okay, which is generating the revenue. And they generate the revenue in this building from many, many things. They're having the offices, they're having the apartments, they're having the hotels, they display, they're having the LED screen for advertisement, maybe you saw. So from many tourists will visit this place. So they need to completely maintain this, project from the day one of starting to till the end of demolition. If they don't maintain, if for example, there are LED screens on this building, okay, say they want to do advertisement of any company, for example, let's say Samsung. So all the LED screens should be working properly. They need to maintain it. Okay. If, for example, they mentioned Galaxy S9, if all the LED displays at, for example, 9 are not working, then next day, for example, tomorrow we need to do the advertising. So it will be a problem. So they need to maintain this one. Maintenance in the sense, if they, for example, have the knowledge that we can replace this, if the panels are not working properly, they can replace with like no cost, then maybe it is there in the warranty, then it will be like in free. Otherwise, on one side they are taking the money, for example, like payment they are getting from the client side. On the other side, they are, let's say, paying to the LED screens because they are not able to control the maintenance information. So what will happen? Whatever the revenue they are generating, the profits will be less. So like that, there will be many assets in this building. They need to maintain. Now to maintain, instead of keeping all the data in one room, like one storage room, they can have, but this same information can be incorporated into just one digital model. So if we select, for example, there's one computer screen, if I select, I will get complete information here about the maintenance. Okay. So if anything got damaged or not working, one part of COBie is like we can select easily and we can get the information and we can just maintain it. Okay. In that way, we'll be able to save time and cost in long run. So in revenue, the profits will be more. Is it clear?
Okay, from where this COBie course is gonna start, and what will be the fee charges and whatever?
I will message you personally on that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions?
Hello, good afternoon, Sahil bhai.
Good
From
afternoon.
Jilla this side. I have one questions regarding my new joining in a company. Over
Okay.
there, I have to work as a PMC, in which I will get the models from various contractors on it's a shop drawing LOD 400 model, which has to be made as an as-built model, LOD 500. in which
Okay.
there's a role of implementing the COBie as well, so that all the information of every equipment will be given from the vendors or the manufacturers. That will be, I have learned a little bit from the YouTube and everything. So the main question would be a lengthy one. I hope you will extract my intent. So after getting all the information, checking the as-built condition of the site and changing those model in LOD 400 will make the model LOD 400 to 500, so that it same replicates as it is being built on the site with all the variations occurred at the time of construction. Then we input
Okay.
all the assets information which will be given by the electricals or the individually manufacturers public. Once we input over there, so through interoperability tools in COBie as a COBie parameter, we get our models as built as well as as well as helpful for the facility manager. We give those models to the owner or the client that you mentioned as a TOC. We give them the as a TOC part. So
Okay.
my questions arise, okay, how we are able to rely on the information. Suppose I got a model, I check verify on the site by a contractor, get it done as a LOD 500, then input all the information given by the various stakeholders or manufacturers in a COBie parameter. Then my model is LOD 500 as well as okay for the facility manager peoples. Then there might be
Okay.
a confusion, there might be a misinformation over there. This is the one question. And one thing you have mentioned over there, you just clicked a display monitor and you say, once I clicking the information, the COBie parameter would be showing this parameter. This is a Samsung monitor made in this part, serial number and warranty and everything. Then how come it relates to the real world, the physical model and the physical model and the virtual model? Upon clicking the monitor, it will share it is in bad condition, it is not working, so that it can be replaced on time. That for the same, you have mentioned the example of Burj Khalifa, how the that facility management would get to know that that single LED is not working, so that half of the nine is not will not be visible for the upcoming session of advertisement.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the next part we need to do, automate. Okay. There's one video you can go through. There is one platform, Ecodomus. There are many other platforms, maybe from different companies, okay, which will help whatever you're saying, which will help us to integrate this facility management and the model. Okay. For example, you can go through one, maybe the website or some videos here. They have automated using this, their platform. If any, for example, let's say the light is not working or the monitor is not working, they have created application to all the, let's say, employees, that they can use the application and they can just inform the maintenance team. They can raise the issues. So the maintenance team will check. For example, if the light is not working, then they will, because all the data should be there in the model, and that validation should be there. Without validation, whatever the data warranty period we are adding, there should be a quality check in the model. And that's why the next team will give you approval. The approval should not be given in terms like, for example, only the data is there. For example, if I select any screen, only data is available. That is not important. Whatever the data available, it should be correct also. There should be some validation procedures. Okay. Manually, only data is there. Only, for example, sometimes, let's say the data maybe somewhere here. The next team, for example, they need the data. Whether it is, for example, failed, not failed. Even if the data is available, sometimes we are adding NA, not available or not applicable. So some people, they say like, if the data is not available, then at least you can add NA. It should not be worked in that way again, just to give the approval. Later it will be a problem. Okay. To automate, we need to again next implement one more any platform, so that if anything happens, and this is what anything happens, we can just any employee or any person working, they can just inform that screen is not working. Okay, and all the data they will be having, we need to integrate all the complete things into one platform. Any catalogs or whatever they have, they will just go through the data. If not working, they will again correct it. You can go through this one, Economics.
Understood. So are we going to cover this part also in our COBie trainings part?
Yes, up to certain extent, we need to
Up to certain
learn these
extent.
things.
Perfectly fine, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I hope if anyone is having the question, just last 5 minutes.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sir, myself, Muhammad Mustaid. I am from Hyderabad.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
I am a fresh, newly graduate 25 batch, 2025 batch. So, I am a civil engineer.
Okay.
So, I have confusion that for means I am so.
I got it. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Confusion means which career?
I want to work in Navy's work, COBie's. I am so confused. Which field is the best?
See, overall, if you, as a civil engineer, again, you're having multiple options. You are currently passed out in 2025. That doesn't mean,
yes.
You're having just one option, that is job. You're having multiple options. You can do job as a civil engineer. You can do self-employment. Okay. You can do the business. At the end, you're looking for earning, right? So for earning, you can have 3 options also. But that's why, because I see many candidates, they are having one mindset. We need job. Sometimes I say in construction industry in India, if there is unemployment, I can say it's not because of the jobs are not there. It's because many candidates, they think we need job. Okay. If everyone needs job, then who will create the job? So that's why, at least if we are not able to create the job, we should go for self-employment. At least we should be able to give job to ourselves. This is what, my intention this year. I saw from last 5 years. That's why from new batches, I started providing training with the mindset of these 3 things. At the end, you should not be having mindset of only job. If not getting, that doesn't mean, again, I told you, the career is finished. You are a civil engineer, you are architect, so you are having multiple options again. Okay, now if you want to, let's say, if you want to start career in BIM.
Yeah, I want to start in BIM career actually.
So again, you are having 3 options: job, self-employment, or business. You can do 3 things, but if you want to start in BIM, then you should be a person who likes the technology. Okay, because many candidates from civil background, they will purchase laptop in final year, and some candidates after the engineering. During the engineering, many candidates, they don't have laptop. Right. So first thing, if you want to be in BIM, it's like, I can say, continuous upgradation. Because some candidate, they got one job, they will not learn the next things. If you are that kind of a person, then I suggest you to look for another career. Now, I'm a person who likes technology, who can you can keep knowledge of multiple softwares and tools in my mind, and who can explore new things, then you can join. Okay, then otherwise.
I have one more question.
Yes.
There's a LOD 400, 500 or 350. Which one is the best option to do job? I mean, growth. Which LODs have growth future?
See, LOD is nothing but, we can compare LOD to type of drawing. Okay. So I cannot say there are types of drawing. There are conceptual drawing. Okay. There are permit drawing. There are IFC drawing, shop drawing, as-built drawing. So I cannot say in which drawing, if I choose, it will be good for my career, right? A drawing cannot decide my career, right? So my career will be decided on type of company I'm working in. So whether I want to work in consultant company, I mean design consulting company, I want to work in contracting company, I want to work in client companies. Okay. So we should decide the type of company. Consultant will work on LOD 300, contractor from 350 to 500. Client overall, they will look or they will give you work. So you can be at the client side. So if you want to be a part of design team, then go for LOD 300 consultant. If you want to be a part of construction team, then go for LOD 350 to 500.
Okay, sir. Sir, once that 3D model show in Enscape if possible, rendering if
Why you want to see rendering?
yeah, in Enscape.
Okay. No, I don't.
Looking good drawing.
That's what, initially I explained, like if the model is looking good, we'll be happy. But
That,
model contains
that
lot of
brick elevation is very extremely good.
Yeah, but this is, I can show you. I don't have any skip. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So thank you everyone for joining. If you have any.
One second. Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry for late.
Yeah.
What all the other softwares are there apart from the recently which you showed for the COBI app? Indomus. Apart from Indomus, what all software is there?
Software in the sense?
Like for extracting COBI, the format is this Ecodomus or only that is the only one or any other software is there? I'm just asking.
For COBie proper handover, we require knowledge of multiple softwares also. We require knowledge of having Revit. First of all, not proper understanding of BIM. Okay. First thing. Second thing, the standards. That is what it comes in. Not just against softwares. I mean, BIM standards, you should be having knowledge if you want to go for proper. Then in the sense of software, we can say Revit. Okay. And then we need to also one more thing, understand client requirement. Then in terms of software, we can say, that's why I separate these two things. Software, you should have knowledge in Revit. Then you should have knowledge in, these are just softwares. See, software cannot do everything unless we know the procedure. That's why I say, for example, if we are driving a car, now you say I need to travel to one city, okay, another city. If I know the route, okay, I know how to drive the car, but I don't know route exactly. Then what will happen? I will reach to some other city. So that's why I say car is nothing but your software. This route is nothing but your procedure. So we should be having knowledge in both. So first, nothing but procedure, client requirements and all. Then you should have knowledge in Revit interoperability tools, and then you should be having knowledge in Navisworks also. Okay, apart from that, if you want totally integrate,
I have a Revit background. I'm a little bit aware of Navis work also. So have worked little bit experience in IFC. So these things, these three I have experience. So now COBI is a new part which companies are expecting right now. So so that one, what all the format is it? Only the Economus software is there, or is it some other software? That's what I wanted to know.
No, Ecodomus will be see, we can also integrate, but or else it can be a part of, if you want to be, there are certain facility management companies in which you can work. So they will integrate. If you want to
Okay.
be, otherwise, if you're working in contracting company, your work is to hand over all the models and data. Integration they will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Sir, my name is Tyler, sir, from Bidar, sir.
Yes.
I have 3 questions, sir. Only for 3 questions. Sorry, sir.
Yeah. No issues.
Sir, which beam and MEP, which is better, sir?
Okay. BIM and MEP. See, both MEP means if you want to work in, everything is important. Okay. So if I say, for example, MEP is having, let's say, a salary of 1 lakh and BIM is having a salary of 2 lakh, which is better?
BIM is better, sir.
BIM is better. But why BIM is better? Because of money?
Money, sir, because of money, sir.
Yes. So I think we should not be having this kind of mindset, right?
Yes.
Yeah, money is important, but at the end, MEP is also important, BIM is also important.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just added the extra 1 lakh rupees here. So you said BIM is good. It's not like that. For example, core department as a mechanic, you're from mechanical background?
No, sir. I am electrical gun. That's why I asked you.
Okay, you're from electrical. So let's say, as an electrical engineer, design is also important.
Yes, sir.
So, and design is also having a value, right? And then core BIM department comes in. Like, for example, if you want to become BIM professional, you should be, as I told, you should be having knowledge in technology, coordination, learning of new things. In designing, if you like to, for example, just check with yourself. If I like to design electrical systems or MEP systems, designing is a different thing. BIM is a different thing. If we want to implement, otherwise you can use BIM to implement your design. If you like both, you can be as an electrical engineer who can do design and implement your design with BIM. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
Both
much.
are good.
Okay, sir. And which better, sir? As a electrical engineer, sir.
See, in terms of money, you need to explore. Okay, but in terms of, that's why I said, if you like the design part, then designing field is good. If you don't like design, you like coordination, you like solving the problems. Okay, you like the construction method, and you like to learn new technologies and implement, then go for BIM.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Okay, thank you everyone for joining today's session. We will leave.